Hey everybody, it's Corey from Unified Masters. And I'm back. I'm here, thriving, and I was told to come on and to make a video and to kind of just go into what we are ready for as a collective of lightworkers, and what we're ready to proceed forth with in the coming months. So what came through yesterday, and it's coming through again strongly right now, is that we are ready to trust each other again and to trust the creation and trust the co-creative effort that we are currently undergoing at a collective level with our universe, with our highest self, with our soul. And I want to talk a little bit about trusting the soul again and trusting the co-creative effort with the universe. So I know over the course of my life and many other people's lives that this has occurred to, especially if you're a light worker, if you're a way shower, if you fit into any of those labels of what we do, that over the course of our human lives and human trajectories, based on the programming, the soul's journey, based on imprinting, we've all encountered at some level moments where we are taught not to trust, whether it is trust ourselves, trust our instincts, or trust the world, or to not trust one another. But right now, at a collective level, for the Crystalline Collective, we are ready to begin trusting each other once again. So we had a big green light moment that's been coming forth closer and closer and closer over the past coming months, that we are ready to begin meeting up at a tribe level and beginning to create those connections for build outs and for basically the rest of our journeys as the wind picks up. We're ready. We are ready. There was a big commencement that happened about 3 weeks ago where in Dreamscape there was a lot of meeting of people in the astrals and seeing a lot of faces, visualizations, both galactic family, star family, elemental family, as well as the family that is alive here and now on Earth, and being able to see those faces and being able to start creating those connection points that are going to be important for the next phase of ascension for all of us. And now more than ever, it's really in this time of the Great Awakening, in the time of the Great Illumination, and in the time of the Great Shift, it seems to be now time that we can begin to trust one another once again. And we can be able to trust the creation and trust what our universe is doing for us, by us. Basically what's been stepping into me is as a big review of all the programming that I held within my body. And of course there's more to be unraveled with time, correct? So for me though, personally, just seeing how much fear-based motives and how much trauma-based programs are running in my field, in my physical body, how many lack programs were running, how many untrusting programmings were running. And it's based because for me, there have been situations, especially when we look at, me, I grew up in the behavioral health field, seeing doctors, psychiatrists, and what my intuition was telling me was going on. And when I would convey that to a professional or to someone else, it was completely different than what I was feeling internally. So there was this mismatch in the frequencies where, here's the truth that I'm trying to unveil within me, and then something external of me is telling me that it's something else. Once again, that's a part of me giving my power away to someone else. It's been a great lesson for all of us lightworkers to take our power back and to discover our magic and to begin to trust again, our soul, and to begin that communication point back with the soul and with our universe, with our highest self. We gave our power away because it gave us a moment to be able to come back and to be able to retrieve it again. It's kind of like, it's like a puzzle. We came down with all the puzzle pieces in line and we chose to separate off and to fragment, or to, especially with trauma stuff, choosing to fragment, choosing to give everything away, so then as a part of the soul's journey and growth, we can put ourselves back together again. So all those moments where, we were taught not to trust ourselves and not to trust our intuition. Now more than ever is time to build that connection point back with ourselves and back with our universe, so we can begin to once again build this relationship back with ourselves, build this relationship with who we are at a soul level, create a remembrance of our true divine magic that's held within, our love and our purity and our strength that is held within. But it's all about building that relationship again, building that communication point. And so a lot of this is going to have to take moments to sit down and to begin to listen to the soul and learn how the soul communicates with you. Listen to how your universe communicates with you, because it's going to communicate differently for everyone at different levels. So for me in the beginning, it was all through synchronicities. So it's through number sequences, angel numbers, chance, instances in my life, coincidences, luck, all those programmings that get embedded within us to be able to describe something that is beyond belief. One could call magic, one could call miracle, and it's just a part of the creation. So that's, to me, how a lot of this universal language was starting to be built, was through signs, synchronicities, becoming observer of my reality, reading deeper into what was going on, but reading into deeper, not from an ego-based, picking apart, dissection sense, but from a soul-based perspective of what is this trying to reflect and communicate to me, especially when it comes to, dreamscape work. What is the symbology in this dream? What does it represent to me? What is it calling forth? What is it telling me? And at the end of the day, it's looking for this answer within versus going without. So especially when we speak of like dream interpretation and synchronicity and number sequences, while there's a lot of great information on the internet, this is a personalized introduction to your universe, and it's a personalized introduction to your soul, and it's a personalized introduction to you, made by you for you. And so this is now becoming back to that point of, what is this communicating to me, for me, by me? And while there are people, like there's readers, psychic readers, tarot readers, that can assist in bridging that gap and that link point back to the soul, or back to the energetic structure that is built around you, being able to read what your energy is saying for you, it's not putting the reliance and giving our power away once again to someone else to answer these things for us, but to find this within. This is what the age of Aquarius is. It's finding our internal answers. This is going within for ourselves. This is the rediscovery process of our soul and our creation, and what it means to be a soul in body, and to begin that process of trust again. And when we build up that soul trust, okay, it seems for me to be easier to start building up trust within the relationships that I encounter on a day-to-day basis. And so with this, especially for people that have experienced a lot of fear and abandonment and trauma that's been coming to the surface more and more at a collective level right now, for all of us individually to be stripped out of our fields and to be stripped out of our physical structure, it's important to keep our tool of discernment sharp, because your intuition provides a very good compass for you. Your heart provides a very good compass that's going to tell you what is for you and what isn't for you. It will be able to read into the discordant energies. It'll be able to read into the distortion. It'll be able to read into what is occurring in your reality that you need to let go of. Okay, so if you feel that fear-based response based on something occurring in your reality, we don't have to take ownership for the fear, but recognize that the ego is speaking up, the human is saying something to us, and we can begin to let it go. But also we learn to read whether or not this is reflecting a message to us to help us, to protect us, to keep us safe from harm, especially as there's a lot stirring up in the collective right now. But a lot of this is building that communication point and knowing what is an ego-based program that is coming within, that is projecting the spear into my reality that I'm in the process of stripping out. Or is it my tool of discernment sharpening, and it is letting me know of something that isn't for me in my reality, or is helping me and assisting me in staying away from danger and harm's way. That communication point is all a personal journey, and we have to learn by beginning the process of communication. And sometimes it's not always immediate, okay? Sometimes it's not always easy to read into, but you have a beautiful tool set that is built within you. It's called your intuition, it's called your soul, and it's called your gifts and abilities. It's your sacred knowledge, it's your sacred wisdom, okay? It's your heart. that is built within you, and it's a beautiful tool set that when you learn to sharpen and work with, will be able to help you in the construction of your new reality, but also being able to see through the trickery, the lies, the deceit, and the programming that is occurring in your field and other people's fields as well. Okay. So a lot of this now with trusting the universe is, for me, has been taking ownership over my reality and being very mindful of what I'm allowing into my reality and what I'm saying yes to. You know, what kind of relationships am I forging in my reality? What kind of places, spaces, and times am I existing within? Am I giving too much of my power away? Am I giving too much of myself to other people? Do I value my soul? Do I value my work? Do I value my being? And in that process of reevaluation and setting a value for who I am, when something less than the value of that which I am and that which I hold enters my field, I have a choice point at that point. Do I let this thing exit stage right, stage left, whatever, or do I allow it to stay in my reality? The choice is yours. And we have free will choice. We've always had free will choice. There was just very severe consequences for many of us that chose to engage in that free will choice, or fear programs that were constructed into this reality and into our physical bodies, physical structures, programmed by us, that kept us from being able to really harness that free will and that autonomy and that sovereignty. And now we're at this point where we can practice this every single day. We can practice our freedom. Okay, we can practice working with this co-creation with the universe. What is the highest aligned truth for you today? What is the highest aligned action, moment to moment? You know, when you wrap up a project or you wrap up something that you needed to do, you're done. What is my highest aligned truth for right now? What is my highest aligned action? A lot lately for me has been rest and surrendering and trusting the flow of the co-creative effort with the universe. And so because of this, with this co-creative effort with my higher self, okay, I don't have a lot of choice. The instruction sets are pretty much like, this is what you need to do right now. And a lot of that is because even though I do have free will, when it comes to the cosmic orchestration, what I'm called to do and what I'm called to experience, I don't have a lot of choice. But it is easier and it's less destructive, less deconstructive in my reality when I choose to listen to the voice of the soul versus the voice of the ego. And the more that I keep saying yes to the soul, yes, the ego still kicks up and speaks and it says its truth and it projects, but I have to let it know that it isn't the one running the show anymore. And while it served a point in time to protect me from whatever it was protecting me from, I have to recognize that that protective barrier is also blocking out blessings from occurring in my life. It is blocking out truth. It's blocking out love. It's blocking out my tribe. Because this is a soul tribe that I'm calling forward, not an ego tribe. Okay? Not a mind tribe. It is a soul tribe. And so to know my soul tribe, I have to get in touch with my soul and listen. This is all individual based as well though, because I do recognize that there's a lot of people that are still going through the process of stripping out all of the old world stuff that has occurred to us at a soul level. You know, we're putting the pieces back together, we're healing our traumas, we're calling back aspects, we're working through different aspects at different points in time. But you can begin now by listening to the heart and knowing that the heart, okay, is the soul's language, and connecting back to that heart space. Opening up your heart every single day, making sure you are living from the higher ranges, that you're not getting stuck in the fear, you're not getting stuck in the turmoil, you're not getting stuck in the discord, you're not getting stuck in the chaos. And if you do, honor it. Okay, I see you, you're showing up in my reality right now, but you don't have power today. You don't have power. And you can show it love and you can show it gratitude for popping up once again, and then you can just say, thank you, but it's time to go. Choose the contrasting energy that is going to override that fear, which is joy. And this isn't to necessarily bypass, but what we're doing is we're overriding the fear-based programming. And we're being able to go within through a process of self-reflection and being able to see, where does this exist in my body? How does it run and operate? What am I doing? It's basically being able to call yourself on your ego. It's a process of detaching from yourself and being able to observe yourself from a higher perspective, a higher point of view, in order to begin to break down those limiting constructs that keep you stuck. Okay. So trust right now is very, very important. We are going to be seeing more and more distrust showing up in the collective as the truth gets revealed, more and more and more. And we need to build safe, sacred spaces with one another, connection points, friendships, colleagues, people that we can build with, people that we can live with, that we can feel safe and supported, and we can begin to amplify that frequency in the collective so the collective can know that it is safe to trust. And that humanity is a very beautiful thing, and there are those of us that honor this and seek out those relationships and seek to embody that loving frequency to help out humanity, so we can begin to build that trust in one another once again. Because once again, the reflection of the 3D, 4D is complete. It's just distrust, especially as the truth gets revealed and more light gets anchored into the planet. And so really, it seems like us as light workers in the crystalline collective are vital in tipping this polarity back into trust with the right people, with our discernment online, in touch with our feelings, in touch with our heart, in touch with our true nature. Because once again, any falsivity that we have projected into our reality is going to call forward a quote-unquote false timeline. It's all true at the end of the day because it's a part of the soul's journey, and the truth stands in the soul's journey and being able to walk through your journey embodied, walking through all of the paces of your life, okay? But it's important for us right now to begin trusting one another once again. But we're tuned in, we're tapped in, our abilities are online, and we work with them every single day to be able to tweak them sharper and sharper and sharper, so then we know what is for us and what isn't for us. What is showing up? Is this karmic? Is this something that is destructive? Is it adding to my reality? Or is it completely tearing down my reality? Am I giving too much? Is it balanced? Is it harmonious? These are all questions in the choice points of what is being reflected back within you. And it does take us a certain amount of time to begin to strip everything out of our reality and be left barren with nothing but self. Okay? And what's really beautiful about this nature spot for us is that we're very limited with who we interact with. So the perceptions and the judgments of the collective aren't here to reflect back into me, where I'm starting to read into their perceptions and judgments, and I can get solely alone with just me and the Divine Mother and be able to know what is it that's occurring within me. What do I need to get done? These reflection moments are integral for our journey and for knowing what is ours and what isn't ours. This is how we get to know what the soul is and who the soul is. And this isn't an egoic identification point of I am, and then all of a sudden we start throwing out big famous names of people that you know in the collective, or famous gods and goddesses. No, it's not that. It's a frequency. Okay? It's a frequency. This is coming back into the creator state. This is coming back into the highest self. This is coming back into the God self. This is clearing enough wreckage and letting it to sink within and to sit within the body, so then it's no longer higher or lower, it just is through you. And it's always existed within here. We just need to get your DNA online and back to that point of remembrance. Okay? This is a process of bringing in all of that light, knowing your truth, knowing your love, and stepping out of the battle of the dark and light that's occurring right now. You are nothing but light, okay? And that construct of separation existed in those realms to serve a purpose, but in oneness, you are the entire thing. And we now get these moments of opportunities to sit with our reality and to breathe with our reality. Okay. So take a moment to just breathe with your reality. Take a moment to observe what's going on around you. Find that neutral point, the master, the center line, the unswayed, okay, center point, in the heart, and just breathe with your reality, and feel into what is not highest aligned, and then just let it go, with love, with ease, and with grace. Call in, what is my highest available action for me today? What is my highest available truth? What can I do to suit up and to show up as the soul in body? How can I suit up and show up as the light today? What can I do to make someone's day a little bit easier and a little bit better, even if it is my own? And then through this process of recollecting and knowing and examining, how can I go out and be of service today? How can I make someone's day a little bit better? How can I take all this energy that I've built up and now be able to shine it outward? And that's always going to be individual to you. No one can tell you exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Only you know. Okay. We're ready to trust again. The tribes are online, and there's a lot of momentum occurring for new downloads coming online, new abilities coming online, new trajectories coming online, new build-outs coming online. Trust the communication point with your soul. Trust the communication point with your universe. And trust yourself. Trust your knowing. And through that, begin to continually deposit in that bank account of trusting your soul until you're left with a whole crap ton of faith. And in that faith, in that trust, you have the ability to move mountains. You have the ability to work miracles. You have the ability to harness magic at any point in time. Of course, for the greater good, to construct and not deconstruct, to empower another individual. But first we have to empower ourselves. First we have to love ourselves. First we have to build ourselves back up. First we have to get to know ourselves again. And in that process, we begin to see a more authentic, heart-based, heart-centered reality. And the ego of the illusion and the ego of the 3D, 4D collapse just kind of goes away. Okay. It's still there. It's very small and faint though. And some days the cries are louder than others. But more importantly, that connection point with the soul is impenetrable. No one's going to be able to mess with it anymore. No one's going to be able to come in and start to take and to pick and poke and prod. No, not anymore. So I wanted to come on, just say hi, and to quickly send out this message and upload it to YouTube. So I love you all. We're going to be getting more regular now with the videos, and I'll be posting more updates. I'm not ready to post all those updates in this video, but more will be coming online of what is occurring and coming forth for myself for this channel, and just different projects and adventures that are going to be coming up. So if you appreciate this message, please click subscribe. There's many more messages like this on my channel and more that will be coming forth as well. Please click the like button. It always does help. And if you need a private session, sessions are online and available at unifiedmasters.com. Prices are going to be going up pretty soon, and that's for something that I'll wait for a later day to talk about. But for now, if you need anything, please reach out. You're not alone. There are many of us that are here that are ready, that have been frontline workers for a little bit of time, and we're ready to assist and help others out. So I love you all. Much love and respect to everyone out there, and I will see you on the other side. Namaste.